So YouTube, I know this pony review is a bit late, but since Comic-Con was this weekend, I didn't have a lot of time to watch the episode or do this review. Luckily today I had about 23 minutes to spare and I watched the third episode of Season 2 of My Little Pony. And here are my opinions on it. There's going to be some spoilers, mostly just general plot summary on this one. This episode was the episode where Twilight Sparkles has her mental breakdown. If you remember last season, Pinkie Pie had her mental breakdown, and that was my favorite episode ever. It was hilarious. And in this episode, it's Twilight's turn to go absolutely crazy. And what I love about it is she goes crazy because she forgets to write a letter to the princess. This very small detail, very minute thing in her life drives her absolutely insane because not only does she have like a day to write a letter, she doesn't have anything to write it about. She didn't have a friendship experience this week, which is usually what she puts into the letters of the princess. So quick plot summary, she's freaking out, she couldn't find a letter to write, so she's going to all her friends trying to find someone who needs help, but none of them need help, so she decides she is going to make trouble. And she tries to make a situation where she could then help and then learn something from it and write a letter about it to send to the princess. However, during her mental breakdown, Spike writes a letter to the princess saying, "Twilight is going insane, please help." So she ends up not being able to write the letter, and the princess comes and tells Twilight, "It's fine, it's okay, stop freaking out, you're allowed to miss a week." So my feelings on this episode. I liked it a lot better than the first two of the second season, because again, I'm not a big fan of the two-parter Elements of Harmony episodes. I don't think they're a good representation of the series, and they're very different from the content of the other episodes. This one gets back to what I love about My Little Pony, because it's funny, it's creative, they break the third wall so many times, like when Twilight is freaking out and then she has like this swirly background behind her that's supposed to represent her starting her mental breakdown, and then Spike the little dragon moves the backdrop out of the way like it's actually there. It's so funny. So this episode got back to what I love about My Little Pony, which is the plot, the characters, and that it's just funny. It's hilarious. It is such a great episode, mainly because we get to see Twilight flip out, and I've been waiting a while to see Twilight flip out, because I know people like that. I know people exactly like Twilight, and one of those persons described Twilight's actions in this episode as like the summary of her life, which I found hilarious, because in a very, very sad way, it's true. There are people like that. It's not a bad thing. It's good for them. Good for them. What I love about the episode, just like one of my favorite parts, is that Twilight is making a list of everything she needs to do during the day, and she makes a list of the things she needs to make a list, and then makes the final list, and the first thing on the list of things to do is make that list. And the last thing is like, triple check that you have double checked the list. If that's not obsessive-compulsive disorder, I don't know what is. So, ponies. Yes, ponies. In summary, great episode, worth watching. A wonderful third episode to the second season. Definitely back into it. Oh, also, they have changed. I didn't know this until now. Well, I knew they were going to, but they have officially changed the theme song, and I'm going to do my review of that right now, because I don't like it. They changed the theme song, they kind of made it less rocky, but still kind of rock, and they did some animation change at the beginning. And here's the reason I don't like it. If you're going to change the theme song, change it completely. Either write new lyrics or have a different genre of theme song, change the opening animation. They literally got rid of a lead guitar, changed up the drums, and changed one animation at the beginning. They added like a train in the backdrop when Twilight and Spike are getting out of the balloon. That's all that changed, which I don't like, because again, if you're going to change it, change it. Don't toy with us. I'm really looking forward to next week's. Other things I've been watching, The Guild Season 5 just finished, that was amazing. Felicia Day's new web series, Dragon Age Redemption, is out. New episodes every Tuesday so far. It's really, really good. Felicia Day, in case you didn't know, is my favorite actress ever. And she's amazing, and she's talented, and she's funny, and she's a great actress, and she has a new web series based on the video game Dragon Age. Definitely worth watching. I'll leave a link to that in the doobly-doo. I'll also leave a link to the 3rd episode of My Little Pony in the doobly-doo. Watch it. If you haven't watched My Little Pony yet, you should, because you're not going to go back to not watching it. You will love it, and you will watch it every week, and it's amazing. Brohoof.